Welcome to Joe's Astrology, and this is the birth chart for Bad Bunny. And up until about 5 minutes ago, I didn't know who this guy was. And I still don't know that much about him. I know that he's a singer, and we don't have the birth time for him. And we can see here he has a sun in Pisces. Venus is in Aries, but it's close. Saturn is in Pisces. Mars and Moon are also in Pisces. Moon could be in Aquarius, but that's a lot of Pisces. And I mentioned that because today the sun just entered Pisces, and it's right here near that 1 degree. And then, I saw that, I knew I had to do this. And he is a singer, I think a singer, songwriter, performer, and we see all the Pisces. We see Saturn there, and Saturn and Mars as well. Saturn, Mars, and Moon together. And it seems like this guy challenges the consensus with his what appears to be wearing or dressing as a woman, or using, not necessarily, I'm not really sure exactly that much of detail of what it is, but I saw that he's getting his nails done, things like that, doing things that women do, and really challenging the norms. And we see that there with the Saturn-Mars conjunction with the moon. And even if the moon was in Aquarius, we would also see that with the moon in Aquarius, and then moon Mercury in Aquarius. And it's also in the Libra decan here, being at the between 20 and 30 degrees. And then, of course, Venus in Aries, really close to Pisces there and close to the sun, would also be challenging the consensus with all those other placements. We can look at his Uranus here and see it's at 25 degrees Capricorn, and it's making a exact sextile to the node, the North Node here in Scorpio. And we see that's an opportunity there, that this guy would have the opportunity to do that in this life and get away with it, to be the different person who's different, and be celebrated for that. And we see Pluto on the North Node, Jupiter on the North Node, more of this harsh placements, with Scorpio emphasized, Mars, Pluto, Jupiter and Scorpio, all with the North Node where he's headed. So really showing a fruition type life when it comes to these things. He's meant to move in this direction, the Scorpio direction. You could also consider that the direction of it'd be Scorpio being the sex sign, the sex appeal, being heavily involved in other people's money, by being a celebrity. We can also see that his sun is also trining the node, his sun in Pisces. There's really not much else here, because it's all bundled up into those placements. You see all this trine energy from the that node Pluto Jupiter conjunction. You can see where he's coming from, the South Node, coming from a place of resources and money, having his values established. And let's see if there's any squares. You can see Mercury is squaring the node. And it's really looking to resolve this, showing that he's going back and forth between the South and the North. And he's really looking to move into the North Node in this life. And with the planet being Mercury in Aquarius, it could be something to do with his thinking differently, and really putting that out there, Scorpio, rather than hiding. Taurus, South Node in Taurus has a tendency to hide, kind of like Pisces, or to be more of a recluse, take its time and go really slowly, and be very cautious in a lot of these things that I'm talking about. But in here, it really shows that he's moving away from that in this life. Now, there may be instances where he's drawn back into that south node in Taurus. But looking at this chart, you can see that, and you can see by his 50 million subscribers on YouTube, perhaps he's using, you could also say in this life, he's using the internet, Mercury in Aquarius. He's using the internet to kind of combine these two, these Taurus Scorpio nodes, to really be able to be a person who kind of is hangs out behind stage, not really isn't really always center stage, but still with the internet is able to put himself out there more so than he would be able to if he was living in an era where there was no internet. So talk about a perfect time to be born. You can see as a Neptune sextile Sun, more of this emphasis on being a performer, an artist, being a unique artist. Uranus, there's that Uranus-Neptune sextile the Sun. It's also squaring or making a loose sextile to Venus, and a semi-sextile to Mercury. You could also say Neptune there as well is really with Uranus making a sextile to the node. And we have Jupiter making a trine to the Sun as well. So he's a really big personality, Jupiter. So I'm going to leave it there for now. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments. And anyone who's looking for a reading, I'm available to do that at your convenience. And hope you have a great day.